the app that became a battleground, TikTok's controversy. In a universe dictated by the relentless tap of screens and seductive power of social media notifications, emerged TikTok, a platform that transcended the confines of mere entertainment. More than just an app, they said, echoing throughout the digital realm. But little did they know that this app would soon become the veritable stage of a geopolitical drama fit for our times. The brainchild of ByteDance, a Chinese tech company headquartered in Beijing, TikTok didn't debut in 2016 with an explosive, in-your-face entrance like some new tech prodigies. No, it slyly slinked into our phones and lives, under the guise of innocent, short, catchy videos. Soon, by the time ByteDance decided to introduce TikTok to the international market in 2017, millions, from energetic tweens in America to bubbly teens in India, became the foot soldiers of its growing empire, dancing, lip-sync, and performing skits to their heart's delight. TikTok felt like a breath of fresh, albeit algorithmic air. The algorithm, that unseen puppet master that seemed to know users better than they knew themselves. Swipe after swipe, the app learned, tailored, and curated a video reel so addictive, it would be a crime not to share it. What sorcery is this, you might ask? Well, perhaps a blend of ingenious tech mixed with a dash of digital dark arts. By 2020, when Facebook boasted about its 2.7 billion monthly active users, and Instagram was content with its 1 billion, TikTok laughed in the face of such slow-burn success. So, what made TikTok's recipe so tantalizing? A dash of innovation, a sprinkle of trendy challenges, and a hearty dollop of community building. Niche communities found their voice in space. From bedroom pop stars to quirky chefs crafting culinary disasters, if you had a hobby, TikTok had a hashtag for it. Yet, where there's rapid success, there's often a trail of skepticism. Was it all just innocent fun, or was there a more sinister game afoot? Whispers grew into murmurs and murmurs into loud debates. Suddenly, a platform that was a darling of Gen Z turned into the suspect in a global whodunit, with implications reaching far beyond digital dances and viral challenges. Suspicion turned heads first in 2019. A few tech watchdogs and security experts, probably those who never quite mastered the art of the TikTok dance, began peeling back the curtain. They unearthed the app's zealous data collection habits. Most apps, of course, are curious little critters. But TikTok seemed to have a PhD in digital nosiness. Phone models, operating systems, IP addresses, and even your most visited pages. TikTok was jotting it all down like a diligent school kid prepping for finals. Then straight out of a Hollywood script, Reddit's very own anti-hero, a user going by the ominous name of Bangerlaw, claimed to have reverse-engineered the app. The revelation: TikTok's data collection machinery was likened to a data collection service thinly veiled as a social network. US officials started raising their eyebrows so high, they practically left their foreheads. They warned against using the app, with the US Army and Navy even prohibiting its use on government phones. It was no longer about cringe-worthy dance moves, but rather the fear of state-backed espionage. Countries started launching investigations. The United States, India, Australia, and more lined up to probe deeper into TikTok's affairs. It was as if the world had switched from admiring TikTok's glossy exterior to intensely scrutinizing its engine, trying to figure out if there was more than what meets the eye. Legal repercussions started to roll in like thunder after a lightning strike. And it wasn't just the United States. India, in a monumental decision, banned not just TikTok, but 58 other Chinese apps, citing threats to its sovereignty and security. In numbers, That's over 200 million users in India alone, left adrift without their daily dose of dance and drama. The consequences started to materialize. Besides the looming bans, TikTok faced extensive scrutiny. Major corporations, from Wells Fargo to Amazon, dabbled with the idea of forbidding their employees from installing the app on their work devices. Then, as with any scandal worth its salt, ByteDance found itself doing the corporate equivalent of juggling flaming torches. Kevin Mayer, the CEO of TikTok, who had left a cushy executive position at Disney for this adventure, decided that less than 4 months at the helm was quite enough and made a swift exit. Zhang Yiming, the company's founder, faced an international maelstrom. At stake was not just the reputation of his beloved creation, but billions in revenue. Decisions had to be made, partnerships reconsidered, and strategies redefined. Some said it was a classic case of geopolitics flexing its muscles in the digital arena. Others argued it was a genuine concern over the sanctity of data. If there's one thing more biting than criticism, it's the cold, hard bite of financial repercussions. With India pulling the plug, TikTok faced an immediate loss of its largest user base. By the end of 2020, ByteDance reported a potential loss of $6 billion. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Remember, every user translates to ad revenue, brand deals, and an invaluable trove of data. And TikTok had just lost its largest mine. But the real tragedy, think of the countless creators, the budding artists, comedians, educators, and everyday people who found a voice, an audience, a platform on TikTok. For them, it wasn't about geopolitics or data scandals. It was about expression, connection, and sometimes a lifeline to sanity in an increasingly chaotic world. Their stage had been compromised, and the spotlight dimmed. After the storm comes the rainbow, or in TikTok's case, a series of systematic, calculated, and often expensive decisions. ByteDance, aware of the stakes, knew they had to win back more than just markets. They had to win back trust. Enter Oracle, the US tech giant with a penchant for databases and now, apparently, social media controversies. In September 2020, in a deal that had more twists than a thriller novel, Oracle announced it would become the trusted technology provider for TikTok in the US. Voila! Suddenly, the data concern was somewhat addressed. But was this partnership enough? In the court of public opinion, TikTok had work to do. They launched transparency centers globally, with one in Los Angeles opening its doors to experts to scrutinize its data practices. What's more, TikTok's purse strings loosened, investing $200 million in a creator fund to support US creators. Because, let's be honest, nothing says we're sorry like a bit of cold, hard cash. The lessons ByteDance gleaned from this global quagmire were plentiful. For starters, the realization hit that in the digital age, the borders aren't just geographical, they are digital and ideological. While a product might be global, its operations, especially data-related, must be keenly sensitive to regional nuances. It wasn't enough to have a one-size-fits-all strategy. If this saga taught us anything, it's that the digital sphere is ever-evolving. Apps come and go, but the underlying currents of user trust, data protection, and geopolitical influences remain. TikTok's controversial chapter served as a stark reminder that today's tech giants exist in a delicate balance, always a scandal away from global scrutiny. A dance app became the battleground for global debates on data privacy, geopolitics, and corporate responsibility. If that doesn't scream 21st century conundrum, what does? As we swipe, tap, and scroll, one wonders what the next digital drama will be. Whatever it is, Let's hope it's as entertaining as the last.